Alrighty, good day, happy people. Another video coming at you. I went and tried doing as much research as I could. I could not find hardly anything for this year of pickup. It's from the information we found, it was 78 to 90 could possibly have this kind of wiring harness. So we're just gonna muddle through this and see what we can make happen. Okay, so these are the extra parts that I have, because this and this are the same. I got an extra ballast resistor, I got an extra starter relay, I don't know what the heck this thing is called, but I got one of those too. So these are the basic tools that I got. Whatever extra things I need, I have here. I am hoping. So that's the kind of story we're going to run with there. What I did is I peeled back the wiring harness all through here, running through, and then back to the cab. So I pulled off all the plastic pieces and everything to try to get access to these wires. And then once I got off the ground from sitting there in the fetal position, sucking on my thumb, I figured I better try to hit this thing and see if we can make magic happen. I don't have anything to hold my phone as of yet, so what I'm going to be doing is just muddling through this the best way I can. And then when I got some progress going on, then I'll bring you guys back and show you what I am doing, or what I have at least done to try to get another step to make this thing running and driving. So I got a lot of those brain boxes. Hopefully I can make things happen to see if we can at least get the key to turn the starter on. And then once we progress through that, then we will start going after all the wiring that I can figure out, at least with this brain box. And then maybe we can try to see if we can get some spark. I did find another distributor in the back of the truck, so I'm not 100% sure if that one's been recently switched. The other one was beat to death, so that could be a thing. So worst case scenario is I'll pull number one and get it to top dead center, and then see if it's pointing to number one on the distributor. But first we need spark and everything else, and then we can start tackling that problem. That's going to be a lot of fun. But, I mean, the wiring is the main issue. We got wires that are going nowhere, and it's just like a big giant, hey, how's it going? I got all kinds of wiring issues, gremlins. I watched one guy that had an 85 Dodge van, and it was so bad that he had to hotwire the thing to make it run and start. I really don't want to have to go down that road. I want to make everything neat and tidy and the original stuff on this thing. So that is what we're gonna have to freaking go through. I gotta go through and fix all because there's the wiring for the turn signal, so I'm gonna have to redo that. There's for the marker light, so I gotta figure all that out as well. My wife is helping some family, so I have nobody that can hold the phone, or, well, basically hold the phone and tell me what to do. Because that's what she's good at. Because I needs it. I needs it, precious. So this is what we're going to do and try to accomplish, is to get the wiring set up for this little bad boy. And then go from there. Because if we can at least... Because I figured out that the... Oh, what do you call that? Dang. The neutral safety switch. One of the problems was when I first got it is it wouldn't fire up, and I threw it into park, or when it was in park, tried turning it, I got nothing. So I kept messing around with stuff and was like, well, maybe it's neutral safety switch. So then I freaking started playing around with that, put it in neutral, and I got keyed wire source, and it turned over for about 2.5 seconds and then just stopped. And so I robbed this wire because I tested it from here and I had power, but on the starter down there, I did not have any power whatsoever. So I switched this line off of the 440 starter, and bang, then I got power to the starter again. But most of the wiring harness off of that old one wasn't connecting with the proper fittings and stuff like that. So I put this one back in and had no power to the starter. So that's what I'm going to work on now to try to get this thing motivated enough to work. So I'll move my big mitt out of the way. I'm kind of a monster, so you'll have to bear with me. Hands are big, get in the way. So I'm going to give this, I have figured out absolutely nothing, except I'm horrible at this and it scares the crap out of me. And I'm going to do the best I can to muddle through this, because there is a lot, especially for my simple mind. I look at this and I just cry and nuzzle up to the wifey and ask for forgiveness, and I haven't even done nothing wrong yet. So we're going to get this figured out. I'll bring you back, people. All right, talk to you soon. Alrighty, people. That is how much tape I have gone through. Okay, so this is where we're at. I got this thing laid out, stripped mainly of the wire, and that's what so far I have gotten to. That's the place. Now I have taken this right here, because all the wires and stuff like that are bad on the other one. So I figure if I replace it with this, then that should help me out considerably. And then these parts here, it looks like this is what they have wired up and stole it off the original harness. So eventually I will have to take those back. Here's the other one down here. So once I get this part set up, then at least I can go into here and pull these turn signals out so I can put them back on the original harness. Now all I'm going to be doing, people, is just tying the wire together, throwing some electrical tape on there to try to get this thing wired. So don't beat me up and say, you know, you're the reason why brothers and sisters shouldn't marry you, dumbass. Anything along those lines. I realize that this is a Mickey Mouse way to do it. Okay, the irony is not lost on me. But I just want to get it at least turning over and running. And then once I get to that part, get past that part, excuse me, then what I will do is I'll go back and I will pull off all the connectors, and I will do the whole heat shrinking and solder iron and quenching the wires to make sure they don't break, all that kind of happy jazz to make it better than what it was. So I do realize that that is on the agenda, but for now I just want to jerry rig it so at least I can make progress and get this thing running. So that's where I want to be at. Oh, there's my buddy. Hey, buddy. So once we get this thing going, then we can go back, retrace steps, and make this thing happen. Alrighty, talk to you in a little bit when I've accomplished some more. Bye-bye. Okay, people. This is where I am at so far. So I have this old one, and as you can see, I believe, I don't know what this one, I think it has a G on it, so maybe that's ground, I don't, or maybe it's an S for starter. Bet you that, I don't know, doesn't look like a freaking S to me. And then I got this one over here, which is I, which I believe would be ignition. And then I don't know what CGR is. And then it's ballast resistor and battery. And I'm not sure. See, that one, it says SOL, which I would believe would be solenoid. I don't know. Starter solenoid. That's kind of my thinking. But this is where I'm at. I got this wire to the positive, to the battery directly. So as you can see, it is hot. And this one here goes to the ballast resistor, which I have wired up. And then this one, which is ignition, is I'll stuff that in there and walk to this part of the ride. And then I'll see if I can angle you properly. But see, now I got at least the click. But hopefully you guys can see when I click it, the light comes on. So I do have that going. At least that is more than what it did have. So I have that so far, but I'm still getting nothing to the starter. And that is the problem. I still have nothing going on to the starter, and I can't figure out why. Now, I did trace this wire, and I believe this is for the neutral safety switch. So I have this wired up into this, which then I apply to the center one, which says solenoid, but I'm not sure if that's right. Son of a biscuit. But no matter what, even if I have that in there, it still does not want to fire, like it doesn't want to try to start, is what I'm getting at. Because see, I still turn, and all I get is the click. I cannot, oh boy. So, I know that it has to be something along them lines, because if I take my handy dandy rod here, and go from here, it will turn if I jump it there. So I know that I have power to the starter. I messed around with the shifter inside the truck, put it in park, messed around with a little bit of the neutral, tried to move it a little bit this way and that to see if I could get it to fire off, but it still wouldn't. So I don't know if that neutral safety switch is broke and completely crapped the bed on me or what, but I know that it is not working. So I've played with it. It is in neutral. There is park right there, and I still get nothing. So then that would be reverse. There's neutral, third, or drive, I guess, second, push down, first. Okay, so then first, second, drive. That should be neutral. And I'm still just getting the click. Oh. Alrighty, still hard at it. Alrighty, I'll be back, people. But that's the progress so far. Okay, people. Now, as you can probably tell, I'm kind of excited. So, let me tell you a little story. That right there is ground. Okie dokie. That is starter solenoid. That wire there. Because I rewired this entire one wire, because I thought that was the problem. So I rewired it all the way down to the said starter. Then my wife came home and started helping me out. And then we did a little research. And it is ground. So now I have this wire just strapped over here to ground, as you can tell. And then this wire going into the starter. Hit it, woman. Oh, look at that. Okay, now we have gotten progress. So, it was, yes, that is all because of the neutral safety switch bypass. That was a lot of work to figure out that it was the stupid neutral safety switch bypass. Not happy about it, but it's done. That is one step closer, people, to getting this thing running. Oh, man, I'm excited. I am very, very excited, people. So that is another step closer. So we're going to upload some videos so you guys can watch and make fun of me and call me Susan. And then we're going to go from there and see if we can get some spark to this bad boy. So thank you very much for watching. Share with your friends, subscribe, and make fun of me because I'm fat. And that'd be funny. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, bye-bye.